Greetings, one and all. My name is Lancer, and Angel Beats is a show that's been around, I know, for quite a while now, but I recently got around to finally watching it and enjoying it, and boy did I enjoy it. So much so that I'm going to dedicate a review to it. It's been quite a while since I've done these kind of like one-off anime review episodes, back when I was doing my Mal review series. This is a newer one that I finished. And I've decided that I want to talk about it because this was an amazing show. We'll just get right into it. Right off the bat, Studio PA Works is an animation studio that I don't actually know too much about, but I did some research. I saw what they're credited for, and there's not too much that I know other than obviously Angel Beats. The animation in this show always caught me off guard. It was one of those cases where it's like the animation didn't really matter, honestly. It's kind of like Clanad for me. And that's another thing. We're gonna be going on a lot of tangents here on this one, sorry, but this show pretty quickly on started giving me Clanad vibes, which is something I was perfectly fine with, of course, like I've talked about before, like in my tier list video for anime, watch it there by the way, that I love Clanad. It's easily probably my third favorite anime of all time, probably number 3, underneath, Dragon Ball Z and Fate Zero. Take off the box for me mentioning Fate Zero. The animation in this show was really good. Again, it's one of those things where it's like you kind of forget about the animation for a little while, but then all of a sudden, like, a scene will happen, like the camera work does a lot of good pan arounds and just everything. Oh crap, it's like, yeah, this is good. Angel Beats is one of those shows though where I knew going into it that it was going to be good, at the very least, maybe a 6 to 7 out of 10 show. I've only seen a couple other YouTubers review this. I haven't watched it obviously because I hadn't watched the show yet until recently. One that stuck out to me was a review that someone did where it said that Angel Beats was one of their new favorites, so that was kind of in my head when I was watching this show. I got to episode 2 and I was like, how old is this show? Because I feel like this is something that came out pretty recently. And then I saw that it came out in 2010. This show is 11 years old, coming up on 12 now. This show could easily come out now and still be good. It would still be really good, and accepted. I'm not going to get too much into spoilers, though. I'll keep this pretty much spoiler free. If I do accidentally, say some potentially spoilery stuff, I'll put some stuff up here being skip to this time if I talk about spoilers, or it's close your ears or whatever, but I guess this is technically a spoiler. I just gotta get this out of the way. I am so happy that this was one of those shows that had a solid beginning and a solid end. There was no in between. It's like that nothing was drawn out. It was just a solid 13 episodes and done. I know there's an OVA that takes place afterwards, although I can't find it anywhere, which is weird. It definitely had a lot of that Clanad design as well, especially with the characters, which I know it has. I researched obviously before making this video, but the character designer for this show is the same as Clanad's as well. But yeah, more on the Clanad side of it. There's pretty much 3 episodes really throughout this whole show, this 13 episode show. I mean, every episode was really good, but there was 3 that really hit me emotionally. I think it was episode 9 or 10 maybe. That's when it solidified for me and I was like, oh crap, this is Clanad all over again. I really started tearing up. This didn't make me bawl, but I did get really teary-eyed at a lot of points in this. Next part though, the music. The music in this show cannot be understated. I had a misconception going into Angel Beats though, because I thought it was about music. I thought it was going to be a band show. I mean, to be fair, even the opening of the show opens with the main girl, or not the main girl, but I mean, the white-haired girl playing a piano. I mean, there's music focuses in it, there's a band that plays and stuff, but it's not really focused on music. But even so, the music in it is really good, especially the song that plays. I don't know what it's called, but I know, the song that plays when a lot of emotional stuff happens in this show. Music, for me, is really what gets me emotional, and it's what will really make me cry. That's why Yuki Kaidra, who pretty much does a lot of the Ufotable music, she does Demon Slayer's music, she does Fate's music, she's done Erased's music. Her music will always hit me deep. I'm really glad that this is one of those shows that doesn't have a second season or just anything, and it has an OVA, but again, I don't really want to watch the OVA. The way this show ends, it ends perfectly. There's very few anime that can say that, in which it's just one and done. or even just it's a couple seasons and it's perfectly done. Like there's always some studio interference or just something the writer doesn't finish, so they have to rush things. This show easily, I'd say, had an amazing pace. Like it had a great pace. Like nothing felt rushed, nothing felt overdone or anything. Like everything worked. I mean, the only parts really where I'd say the pace kind of feels a little weird is the first episode, but at the same time it's intentional. I can tell it's intentional, is that they're saying a lot of things really fast. So I started watching on Netflix, but the subtitles were going by really fast, and I was like, I can't do this. So I went on Crunchyroll and the subtitles were still going fast. Okay, there's some times where you do have to pause and kind of read. I know there is a dub, but honestly the sub of this is amazing. Watch it subbed. I have no comments on the dub or anything because I haven't watched any scenes or anything of this dubbed. In terms of cons, I'd say, because I've really been praising it a lot, I mean, I don't really have any, to be fair. It's a romance show, but the romance isn't the main focus really for all of it, really. I mean, it's there, but it's not really delved into until later episodes, which honestly I think is good as well. I like when shows aren't so in your face about a relationship. It just slowly builds and you see it progress. You don't have to hear them say like I love you every other episode or something. I probably should talk about the plot of this show. I probably should have been the first thing I said, but the plot of this show, it's pretty much an isekai. It's pretty much like these characters have died and they're in this world that's like a high school, and they're kind of stuck there and they have to kind of deal with their emotions and everything, but at the same time obviously they don't want to leave. It's hard to really describe the plot as well without getting into spoilers, so that's pretty much as much as I can say in terms of plot. I mean, I know this show is like 12 years old, so it's like, what's the point of spoiling it or not? I mean, for this show, it's best experience knowing nothing, or at least very little, in terms of like the story and everything. Yeah, and the characters as well. Every beat of this story, of everything in this show, pun intentional, every beat, is amazing. Like, they killed it on everything. Like, obviously there's some characters that don't get to shine as much as others, but that's always the case in a show that has a bigger cast. Anyway, okay, I had to leave and come back. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, characters. The characters in this show are all amazingly written. Like, the main dude isn't a dense dumbass. Like, he actually has character, like he has development. All the other characters are cool, like they have their own unique personalities and motivations. And the main girl, who I won't say the name of, but in the show, at least in the beginning, she's known as Angel, is easily one of my new favorites in terms of female characters. This is one of those shows though where it's like I've watched it and I don't have any really complaints about it, but I don't feel like I can give it a 10 out of 10 really. I mean, I guess in terms of complaints, really all I have is like there's parts where it is a little slow. Again, no episode is really wasted. The comedy is well timed, the music is used to its advantage as well. And also a big praise I definitely have for it is that it's not fan servicey, not really at all. I could think of maybe like 2 really short instances in which it was a little fan servicey. Even then, didn't linger on it. It just would happen and then we would move on. 2 short instances over the span of 13 episodes. So it's like, it was good. I like a show like this when it doesn't focus on the fan service and we just keep going. We trudge along. So yeah, overall though, I would say I would give it an 8 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10, sure, we'll go with that. Or as Chris Stuckman would say it, Angel Beats, I would give an A-. So yeah, this was just a quick video I wanted to make talking about Angel Beats. This was an amazing show. It's funny, and then the show, I kind of like to connect shows as I go on, just like because like when I finished Code Geass, I then watched Gurren Lagann. I try to kind of keep a theme with this, so it's like after I finished this, I'm now watching Girls Panzer. I mean, it doesn't really connect, but I don't know, that's the first show that kind of came to my mind once I was done. I was like, Girls Panzer, why not? It's on my list, I'll watch it. So yeah, Angel Beats, amazing show, definitely check it out. It's on Netflix and Crunchyroll and all other places. I decided I'm gonna scrap doing the Book of Boba Fett review video because I don't really feel like what's needed to be said about that show has been said. It's done. It's gone. I don't really have anything I need to talk about. I pretty much covered it in the 2 videos. So either way, thank you for all the support and everything. Continue to stick with me as I create more videos. And that's it for today. I'm Lancer. Thanks for watching.